Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, we got a very simple video today. This should be a little bit of fun, just to give you a little bit of hope. So, as we know, Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighter Pass 2 has been officially announced of, what? Wow, that was back in January. It's already March. What's happening? Time's flying. But, basically, if we're gonna go by the rules of the first one, and it's gonna, well, I mean, even Byleth was kind of like unplanned and nobody seen coming. But if we're gonna kind of go with the, in terms of, we're going to get brand new series into Smash Bros, you know, in terms of, DLC fighters. Well, here's 20 more franchises that are not yet in Super Smash Bros. So maybe this raises your hope for your character if they happen to be from one of these series in the video. So let's quickly run through 20 more franchises. And let's kick it off with these guys. Who remembers Battletoads, right? Wasn't that supposed to be a game coming out on the Xbox One in like 2019? Well, it was, but unfortunately it got delayed, and I think as of right now there's no actual release date, but Battletoads, good history with Nintendo, kind of would be a really obscure kind of pick, and I don't know, Nintendo and Microsoft working together might open the door for the possibility of one of these three to get in. So if you don't know, the three main characters are what? Rash, Zitz, and Pimple. Yeah, they're all disgusting, but they're toads. They're Battletoads. Yeah, they're a fun side-scrolling sort of game. So, I don't know. Might as well start things off with a good old, I guess you could say, a retro sort of pick, even though they were a part of the that rare replay, but that still wasn't a new game. But I don't know. What about Battletoads? Anybody remember this game? Moving on to the next one, how about an indie character? How about Quote from Cave Story? And I think more than likely, if any more indie characters get any representation in Smash, it's probably going to be through the means of Mii costumes. But look, the Mii costumes so far that we've gotten with Sans and Cuphead are tremendous. There's so much great work that's put into them. But let's talk about how the character could potentially work. I think in Cave Story, the idea is to level up your weapons and they get more powerful. So what if you have like a 3-step meter, you know, first step you get to level 1 and then level 2 and then level 3. And obviously you build up the meter by attacking and getting attacked or whatever. So each attack, whatever your meter happens to be at for whatever time in the battle it is, if you happen to be at level 2, you're going to be doing more damage with your weapons than you would be if you were at level 1. So the goal is to get to level 3 and be dealing those more powerful attacks. What about Chrono from Chrono Trigger? Yeah, this anime swordsman, if you will. But there's enough anime swordsmen in the game. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. But that we can't dismiss the idea that this character is still pretty requested amongst the Smash community. One of the best RPG games of all time, and that was made way back on the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo. That was such a great thing they did. The game, you could actually see the enemies in the overworld when walking around. That was just something that was so incredible for that time. Yeah, way back at the Super Nintendo. I don't know, Chrono from Chrono Trigger. Maybe Nintendo and Square want to get together, and for some reason, they pull this out of their bag of tricks. What about another character that's sort of out of left field? And I guess that's what a lot of these are, you know. If we're going by franchises that aren't in Smash Bros., you're going to have to go for some that are going to kind of be like, oh, wow, I didn't really think about that. And for this one, I'm talking about Dark Souls. Now, Dark Souls is an extremely difficult game, but they do have a few characters. Who's that? Solaire has the, what is that? Praise the Sun? Isn't that what it is? Isn't there an amiibo for Solaire? I get Solaire's Dark Souls, right? I don't play Dark Souls. Pretty sure. But they got their own amiibo. So I don't know what that says about what Nintendo and views like Dark Souls franchise as. But, that's kind of got to be good news in some way, right? How about another really wacky pick? How about Fallout? But more specifically, let's go with Vault Boy. Vault Boy would be so just like nobody talks about the character. If you talk about Fallout, you're going to be like, all right, what could you do for Fallout? Now, in Fallout, obviously, the idea is to wander around, scavenge, and build up a base and stuff like that. But what could you really do? What could be the fun mechanic with Vault Boy? Well, what if you took the idea of, you know, how radiation or rads in Fallout, you know, once you go to certain areas, use certain items and weapons and whatever, or you eat food that has radiation. What if you use that for the moveset, and you end up you could end up dealing radiation sort of whatever for the character. So you attack him with a weapon, and it will be just a damage after effect. You know, it just kind of builds up a little over time. So you hit him with a weapon that can deal radiation, and you know, Mario will end up taking rad damage over, you know, a few seconds. If you continue with the attack, it's gonna kind of similar to Inkling and the Ink. You cover them with this attack, and they're going to just continue to take more damage when they're under radiation. Maybe that could end up being a fun little mechanic. Alright, I know this one's not going to happen, but throw them on the list anyway. Kratos, God of War. Look, we got Microsoft, right? What are the chances Nintendo wanted to approach Sony and go, you know what, Sony, I know we've had a rough history, but let's put the past behind us, and can we have Kratos, please? Can we put him in Smash Bros? That would be a very that'd be an interesting conversation. I'd like to be a fly on the wall for that one, right? Seeing the two sides trying to hash this out, but I don't know, Kratos, he's one of the most iconic gaming figures of all time from a rival brand, but hey, if we can get Microsoft, I think Sony could have a chance. I don't know, could be a fun, awesome idea for a character. Or could we just have PlayStation All-Stars 2? I'd be okay with that. Now here's another character that's sort of been popping up a bit recently. Sole bad guy from the Guilty Gear franchise. Now, yay, another anime swordsman. Look, Soccer already joked about it with Violet. There's too many swordsmen in Smash Bros. But a blade, a sword, is one of the most common, one of the most used weapons in, well, all of gaming. So to bring another swords person into Smash Bros, I mean, I'm not going to count against it by any means, but I don't know. This is a character that seems to have his popularity kind of rising in the Smash community as of late, in terms of speculation at least. So I don't know, maybe Nintendo kind of views it the same way. Sticking with the indie theme here, how about Hollow Knight, or the Knight from Hollow Knight? Would be a very cool character, could have a fun mechanic, but again, going back to the whole indie thing, more than likely an indie character, if they get in Smash Bros, at least Smash Ultimate, the way it seems right now, it's going to be a Mii costume, and this Mii costume would be very easy to do. You got the little head that you would do, and then you give them the little outfit. Pretty simple, make them a Mii sword fighter. And then obviously give him that little special blade that he has with him, but I know Sword Fighter might not be the best representation for the moveset, but I still feel it could work to a degree. How about another franchise formerly from Nintendo, or, you know, on Nintendo platforms? Killer Instinct, the fighting franchise. Iconic, very well known for its combo game. Man, you could do like 60, 80, a billion different combos with like every character, which is absolutely stupid, but it makes the fun of the character. So what about like a character such as Saberwolf or Jago, or I don't whoever it might be? I think you could do some really fun stuff and really make all their attacks just like combo based, and like just, yeah, it would just be a very combo centric sort of character, which, I mean, there's plenty of people that like that sort of style for Smash Bros. How about this Blast, or Wind Blast? Get it? Wind Blast, Klonoa, because he uses wind element for attacks and stuff. I don't know, it'd be kind of a cool thing. Bandai needs another character. I mean, come on, they helped develop Smash, Wii U, 3DS, and now Ultimate. How do we still only have the one Bandai character? So maybe Klonoa could be a sort of retro random pick. You never know. I'm sure if Nintendo was picking DLC and they said, alright, yeah, we'll throw a Bandai character in, odds are they're going to say, alright, you know, Bandai Namco, we want to put one of your characters in, but who would you like to put in Smash? And I'm sure they would honor the wishes of that, you know, for all the help that they've been giving them. So Klonoa could be sort of a really, really out of left field pick. Here's another character that's been really, really heavily in rumors and speculation as of late in the Smash community, to be from the Nier Automata series. I mean, female, and that's still something, a big point that everyone, or not everyone, but a lot of people do want to see a solo female character. And keep in mind, this character has crossed over into fighting games before, mainly Soul Calibur, which happens to be a Bandai game, so maybe they have the hookup. Maybe they can kind of help, I don't know, entice Nintendo to maybe make this pick, or maybe make the negotiations that much easier. I don't know. 2B Nier Automata would be a really fun character, having her pod by her at all at all times. I don't know. It would be I don't know. This definitely is a character that you got to watch out for. Another one I've personally seen a lot of recently, Travis Touchdown. All right, Sakurai, Suda51. They're friends. They're really good. Suda51. He's joked about getting. I mean, you can't. I don't know if you can take the guy seriously, right? Suda51. I don't know if you can take him seriously sometimes, but he's made comments in the past about joking with Sakurai. He wants to get Travis into Smash Bros. But then, like, after he would say something like that, he would just, like, laugh, like, crazily, and it's like, all right, wait, are you being serious, or is there something to this? So, I don't know, maybe during DLC Fighter Pass 2, maybe Suda and Sakurai, they were like, you know what, let's see if we can make this work. So, maybe they both approached Nintendo and said, hey, we want this to happen, Nintendo, can we do this? I don't know, it would be an interesting character nonetheless. And plus, what? No More Heroes 3, that's coming out pretty soon, isn't it? How about a character style-wise, just even art style-wise, that would really be something different on the roster? And I know every character's got to, like, they got to be Smashified. Well, what if you left Amaterasu in the painty, artsy sort of style that the character's known for? What if you let that sort of style clash with everything else on the roster? Just really stand out. Amaterasu, Okami, anybody? I don't know. Four-legged character. I know there's some people that are against four-legged characters in fighting games, but being four-legged, at least you're not a humanoid sort of character, right? Professor Layton, anybody, right? Professor Layton games, the puzzle games. So, yeah, Layton could work for moveset-wise, right? He's skilled in fencing. He's got, what, doesn't he have like a slot machine gun or something like that? So you could use like the clue or not the clue buttons, but the clue coins and stuff like that in the Professor Layton into a moveset somewhere. But I can honestly see this guy being much more of a Mii costume than anything. Just make him a Mii sword fighter. Give him a fencing sword, and I think it works out very well. Easy. Give him the trench coat and the long top hat. Why not? Put him as a Mii fighter instead. Here was a character just a couple months ago that was like in the top most speculated characters for Smash Bros. DLC because of that stupid Daisy theory, which was dumb. That was a fan-made theory. Why would you... whatever. The Arle, Puyo Puyo. Big series. Very popular in Japan. Any sort of polls that have said they've taken information from Japan apparently have Arle like in the top 10 for a very highly requested character from that region. So I know over the United States and Europe she's not that popular, but like I'll be honest, I had no idea who this was when Smash Ultimate when that teaser trailer came out a couple years ago. I had no idea who this character was, but just because I don't know who she is doesn't mean she can't get in, right? Whoa, wouldn't this be crazy? Somebody from Team Fortress? What about, like, Heavy Weapons guy? Woo, wow. Could you imagine Nintendo going that route for DLC? Just really dropping, like, a bombshell on everybody? Just going, you know what? We really want to surprise some people. So, here you go, Team Fortress. Why not? I mean, Team Fortress is still one of the more played games in gaming. It still has a huge dedicated fan base. The Heavy for Smash community is one of the best for Smash community in terms of members and just presence it has online. So, I don't know, maybe Nintendo looked at those 4 Smash communities and thought, you know what, we could probably make one of these work. We also have removed from the Touhou project. Oh my goodness, could you imagine? Like, this is another character that's extremely popular in Japan. Her popularity in at least in the United States, I know for sure. I'm not sure about Europe, but United States, that's been kind of climbing up the charts, and her name's been thrown around quite a bit as of the past few months. So this could be another character. And speaking of 4 Smash communities, the Remove Her Smash community is also one of the largest 4 Smash communities around. So many members. The Discord is insane. The amount of dedication and that this character just brings is tremendous. So you never know what supporting your character will end up getting you in the long run. So again, maybe Nintendo looks at one of these and says, yeah, alright, 4 Smash communities, we see you. We'll give one of you a chance. And maybe it's removed from Touhou. Alright, when I made the first video of 20 franchises not in Smash Bros., this was a franchise so many people are like, you forgot. No, I didn't forget. It's just, I didn't have it on the list. And what series is that? Tomb Raider. Lara Croft. Wow. Iconic franchise, been around for decades. But recently, Tomb Raider just got, or Lara Croft, I should say, just got into, what was that, Brawlhalla, I believe? Was that Brawlhalla? I think it was. Or is that one of the other ones? I think it's Brawlhalla. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. So what are the chances she gets into Smash Bros. Now? I don't know if that plays a factor. Do you think Nintendo would really care if this character got into Brawlhalla? Do you think they would look at it and go, nah, we'll pass, no thanks? I doubt they would. I don't think they'd care too much. I mean, plus, she's very iconic. And lots of people still want a female solo character. Moving on to the ZNo Saga franchise. Another Bandai character. Queen of crossover. She's been in tons of fighting games before. Soul Calibur, Project X Zone. Others that are escaping my mind currently. But what about Cosmos? Or if you prefer Cosmos. Cosmos. You know, like the stars, Cosmos, something like that. Cosmos, yes, that character. We all know she was right up until before the Game Awards, you know, a couple months ago. She was practically locked in as DLC character number 5. So many people across the internet like, yep, it's practically guaranteed at this point. And then it never happened. And then people just pretty much stopped talking about her. What happened? Where'd all the fans go? Did they just give up on her? Why do people give up on characters they like? I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense. And last but not least, what about the Yokai Watch series with, I guess in particular, Jibanyan, just because Jib, yeah, I just called it Jib. Jib happens to be the, I guess the face of the franchise, kind of the Pikachu mascot type of deal. So I guess that would make the most sense. It'd be kind of a fun little character to see in. I could see it fitting aesthetically pretty well. Moveset would be easy to come up with as well. Fairly popular around the world, you know, in the big regions, you know, Asia, America, Europe. So, I mean, it could be another character, another franchise that not a lot of people are taking too seriously, but might still have a chance. Alright, there you guys go. 20 more franchises that are not yet in Super Smash Bros. Whether that would be a playable character, whether it's a spirit, whether it's an item, whether it's a whatever. There's 20. That was just 20 more that aren't in. So if you're hoping for one of them, and you believe that the next few DLC characters are going to be from franchises not represented in Smash yet, well, you hold out hope. It's still out there. You could hope for whatever you want. It's all good. But there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.